Interrupt you, but I have to go across to breaking news that we've been tracking. We now joined by the TMC MLA Sudip Burman. We've seen the scenes flashing across our scenes about how he snatched a mace from the speaker and ran outside the assembly. Let me just take these questions to Mr. Burman directly. Sir, can you please explain your behavior?
Are you aware of the fact what prompted me to do this?
I'm asking you the question, sir. What exactly led you to behave in such a manner that you snatched the mace from the speaker?
But you just bear me out, and I suppose I'll be allowed to, you'll be sparing some time for me. There have been serious allegations not by the opposition party, but by the same party. One allegation has been brought, one elected representative of in his constituency, and the minister has got an allegation against that MDC of the CPM party, both of the CPM party, that MDC is hobnobbing with Mahilas. The CPM party took action against the MDC, but not against the minister. There was again another issue that was raised in the floor of the house against one corporator, that is one elected representative of Agartala Municipal Corporation, of outraging the modesty of a little girl child, aged 6 years of age, who runs a school. In that school, that corporator outraged the modesty of the little girl child. And for your kind information, this has led, not only these are the few incidents, this has become an incident of hour-to-hour incident in Tripura, and that is the reason why Tripura leads the rest of the country, according to National Crime Record Bureau, so far as crime against women is concerned. On the other hand, Tripura rates the least, so far as rate of conviction is concerned. Tripura is the rate of conviction is the least in Tripura. These are the two records set by the Honorable Chief Minister, who is in charge of the Home Department. So during 0 hour, when the Assembly was session for 3 days, it was in session, I tried to make this point to the Chief Minister that why the government is not taking action against the minister, against whom the allegation has been made, not by the opposition, but by the same party, an elected representative of the same party who hails from that constituency. So the moment I raised that point, the Speaker of the Tripura Legislative Assembly switched off my mic. I was unable, my voice was not heard. And that moment Chief Minister said, I am not in a position to say, because the minister has gone to the court against one media who brought this allegation, who narrated this allegation as narrated by the elected representative of the CPM party, the MDC of the village committee, Autonomous District Council. So the Chief Minister made only this much, and our mics were switched off. So our voices were not heard. We went to the well, we were raising slogans over there, and all of a sudden that happened. They were running over the mace, which was not at all a preplanned, but it did happen, and I was also not mentally ready for that, and I couldn't justify my action yesterday running over the mace. I still not justified, and yesterday itself I told the Speaker that probably my action was not justified, and I seek apology for my action yesterday.
Mr. Burman, just because your voice was not being heard during a din in the Tripura Assembly.
Our voices, listen to me, madam, Tripura's voices are not being heard by the national channel also. Have you ever tried to make a point why Tripura, being a small state, leads the rest of the country so far as time against women?
Burman, let me get this right. You said that you got angry because your voices were not heard at the spur of the moment, so you decided to pick this mace off the speaker, run away with it like a child, and shame all the voters who have voted you in power, sir.
Yeah.
These are the visuals that we're getting from a senior TMC MLA. No word of apology coming from you, sir. The way that you're describing the entire incident.
According to you, probably outraging the modesty or raising the modesty.
No, hold on, sir. Let us not confuse the two issues. Mr. Burman, I am a woman. I will not let you take advantage of these issues. Mr. Burman, this is not a platform to take advantage of these issues. We're talking about your behavior. What have you achieved, sir? What have you achieved, sir? Sir, what have you achieved by picking the mace off the speaker, running away? What have you achieved? It's a cheap publicity stunt that we are seeing on the screen.
Fine. According to you, it might be that. According to you, it might be that.
Mr. Burman, what did you achieve? Okay, that is Sudip Burman, who said that he lost cool at the spur of the moment, took the mace from the speaker, ran away from there, and that was his way of protesting on the various issues involving a sex scandal that was raised in the Tripura Assembly. We'll try and connect back with him and get some more answers for you. First, take a look at what exactly happened at the Tripura Assembly. This is Sudip Burman, who was protesting with the other leaders inside the well of the assembly. Sudip Burman is with us at the moment to answer all our questions. Mr. Burman, before hitting into the commercial break, we were talking about what exactly happened inside the assembly. You said you lost your cool at the spur of the moment because your voices weren't being heard. So one straight question, why is it that you jumped that wooden fence, picked up the mace, ran away with it as a form of protest?
That probably it was, since it was not a pre-plan, I don't have that answer to you, and I said that probably my action was not in accordance, and I never ever had, for the last, I've been elected for the last 4 times, I've never done such sort of activity, that it was not, since it was not a pre-planned one, I do not have answer to that. But what really prompted me is probably the tears, the cries of my brothers and sisters whose modesty is being outraged each and every hour. The rapes and gang rapes and murder, followed by murder, are frequent each day-to-day incident in the state of Tripura, and that is the reason why Tripura leads the rest of the country so much crime against women.
Okay.
So probably that moment I lost my cool, and it happened that yesterday itself, after that, I handed over that mace to the watch and ward, and I told the speaker that my actions, I'm really sorry for that action of mine, and it ought not to happen. I lost my cool, and I do apologize for that. Yesterday that I made the statement, it was, since it was not a prepared one, so I'm not in a position to answer that question, what prompted you.
So, no, Mr. Burman, you said you lost your cool, you've apologized to the speaker, but what about your voters, sir? Is this what your voters expect from the MLA that they've elected in power? Is this the behavior that they expect from an elected representative in a temple of democracy, Tripura Assembly, where serious debates and discussions should go on? Do you apologize to your voters as well?
Listen to me. Probably according to you, my action is, yes, it is unjustified, and probably according to you, that now the national media is paying attention to my behavior, rather to the allegations which has been leveled against one another by the same party, rather to the fact of the matter is that Tripura leads the rest of the country so far as crime against women is concerned. My behavior for that particular moment is finding place in the national media, but not the fact of the state that Tripura leads the country, leads the country so far as crime against women is concerned. That's a pitiable state of affairs. Fine. No. You can, from your angle,
is taking the mace, is this the way to raise a serious issue, sir?
Which I clearly stated yesterday. But to me, the cries, the tears, the yells of my mothers and sisters have played a significant role, and that's why I lost my cool. And probably you should also come to the fact of the matter that you please find out why Tripura leads the country.
No, Mr. Burman, the issue, the sex scandal that is rocking the Tripura Assembly and the government is a different issue. Is this the way? Now we'll see our MLAs, our parliamentarians also raising the issue. Is this how, if there is a serious issue on a table for a debate and a discussion, should every MLA and MP behave like this?
That I'll answer to the electors of my constituency, right? That the media did not put the question that the people who elect me again year after year, that they know me, and that I will be answerable to them, not to you.
All right, Mr. Burman, one more question, because I'm also joined by the Assembly Speaker who was there at that point of time. So you stay with me, because I want to take this question with Mr. Ramendra Chandra Debnath, who's joining us. Sir, can you describe the moments when Sudip Burman came to your desk, took your mace? He's saying that he lost his cool. All right, we'll try and go across to Tripura Assembly Speaker in just a bit, but Sudip Burman still with us. Mr. Burman, you said that it is for your electorate to decide. You've given an apology to the Speaker. From the tone and tenor of it, sir, it's sounding like a sham of an apology. Because if your electorate are listening to you at this point of time, what would you like to say? Isn't it time that you justify your actions instead of trying to defend them?
Had I just tried to justify it, I would not have sought apology yesterday at that point of time. You got my point. And now, since you belong to a national media, don't put your words in my mouth.
I'm not trying to put any word in your mouth, Mr. Burman. I'm just asking for an apology for your electorate as well. Loot and scoot is what is on display here. The issues that you are discussing about.
I haven't insulted the electors of my constituency. Rather, I received amples of calls from the voter electors of my constituency supporting my move. But
okay, you say that you haven't insulted electorate of your constituency. Let me go across to Tripura Assembly Speaker. Mr. Devnath, isn't it a shameful conduct by an MLA? Mr. Burman is justifying it, saying that there were serious issues that we were protesting in. My voice was not heard, hence I took this action. Your response, sir?
No. Normal procedures of yesterday. After Kumar is over, he wanted and requested me to raise one important matter. That is during 0 hour. I allowed him. 0 hour there should be some specific point within short time should narrate. He narrated his important matter and wanted a reply from our Honorable Chief Minister. Chief Minister made his statement accordingly after that, but he could not satisfy. So thereafter, he is pressing for much time. But I did not allow him. Sudip Burman, he is a very senior most member, respect honorable member, as leader of the opposition. So I requested him, please go to your seat. I have given you time, allowed sufficient time. Even he is pressing for another opportunity. So his demand. I did not allow. Thereafter they rushed to the well and they arranged with other cameramen. My marshal was seeing this matter. My marshal came on the tires and he was standing behind me. So suddenly he rushed to the well and snatched away the mace and ran away from the house. This was the exchange matter. And thereafter I had to adjourn the house for 1 hour. This is the issue.
Okay, all right. So you've described the incident to us. Let me take these questions to Mr. Burman. Sir, be with us right now. Mr. Burman, this is what the Tripura Assembly Speaker was there at the moment has said. He asked you to go to your seat. He had to summon his marshal because of your conduct. The House was adjourned for an hour. And in fact, you did not even give a prior notice in the 0 hour to raise the serious issues that you've been talking about. Sir, all these facts just go on to point that what you did at the spur of the moment has just shamed your electorates. There is no way in which you can get away by saying the issues that you were raising were for women's rights, were for people to take note of the government's misconduct.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Burman, can you explain, please, that how is it that even after the Speaker of the Tripura Assembly asked you to go back to your seat, he said that you did not even give a prior notice. He allowed you still to raise a question, but still, because of your shameful behavior, the entire Assembly had to be adjourned for almost an hour. How did you succeed in bringing the important matter that you were trying to raise to light, sir?
Yeah, the important matter. That is why you people have not displayed this in your national channel. Because of my behavior, you could spare so many minutes of your valuable time to me, and you could at least the people of rest of the.
So, are you proud of the publicity stunt that you did? Are you proud of your publicity stunt? Is that what you're saying, Mr. Burman?
I thank God at least that the rest of the country is in a position to know that Tripura leads the.
They're not talking about the issue that you discussed, Mr. Burman. They're talking about your conduct.
You being a woman, you should ask this question to the Chief Minister. Why Tripura leaves the rest of the country? So far as crime against women is concerned, your prime focus is now my behavior for a few seconds, which took place. Your prime concern is not the rape that is going on day to day. There is no gang rape going on.
Mr. Burman, okay. Mr. Burman, let's get the facts right. Mr. Burman, let's get the facts right. You said you were not allowed to speak. We've just spoken to the Tripura Assembly Speaker who said he did give you floor time. He did give you floor time.
You sitting thousands of kilometers away from Tripura, you don't know the behavior of the speaker who acts at the dictate of the Chief Minister, who acts at the signal of the Chief Minister. Our voices are being throttled. We are not allowed to speak. Our microphones are being put off. That is not the speaker is lying. He's trying to misguide you. That is the common phenomenon. You ask your representative, if you do have any in Tripura, you ask the role of the speaker in the floor of the house. Our voices are being throttled. We are not allowed to speak. Or whenever we try to make a point of this nature, our microphones are being switched off.
Okay. Mr. Burman, you're saying the speaker is trying to misguide people? Your voices are being throttled inside the Tripura Assembly. These are serious allegations. Let me go across to Deputy Speaker of Tripura Assembly, who's also joining us. Mr. Pavitrikar, thank you for being patient and being on the line. We'll just try to get some more answers from Mr. Burman, who's with us. He's alleging that the Tripura Assembly is run in a very ad hoc manner, with the voices of the opposition and the voices of the TMC MLAs being throttled. Your response, sir?
In Tripura Assembly, there is a procedure that there is no 0 hour. We have made this 0 hour half an hour for this reference and calling attention period. Any question important to the recent, they can make from calling attention, and then another is the reference period. And they have enough time to give a notice, and one from the opposition and two from the ruling party. It is the procedure of our assembly. And then suddenly, when we are in the chair, practically, if any important member of the assembly, any important issue for a short while, he can raise it. Our ministers also give the answer. For that, in this period, is the
that procedure in which the MLAs can raise issue. Was the procedure followed in this case as well?
Yeah, it is adopted by the all party meetings. It is by our proceedings is there. All along it is going on. There is a 0 hour, half an hour discussion is open for all MLAs, and certain procedure is there. It is a calling attention. Any important today's issue, just one issue we can raise.
Okay, so Mr. Kant did Sudip Burman, sir, gave a prior notice before 0 hour?
No, it is not there.
All right, there you go, Mr. Burman. That's the Deputy Speaker of Tripura Assembly also saying that you did not give a prior notice during 0 hours. Still you were allowed to speak. Still you wanted to create a protest and a ruckus there. And it's not the first time, sir, that you're in a controversy. There have been many cases in the past as well. Is it a publicity-hungry streak that refuses to go away?
Please hear me out. Please hear me out. Now, in 0 hour, there is no provision of giving notice. A matter of recent occurrence can be raised, can be brought to the notice during 0 hour. That is the practice and procedure. Now you will find them stating that there is no provision of 0 hour in Tripura Legislative Assembly. Are we above the Parliament? In Parliament, we are being guided by the practice and procedure of the Parliament. So in Parliament, there is a 0 hour, and during 0 hour, even in the Parliament, there is no notices, formal notices. Matter of urgent public interest is brought to the notice through the Speaker to the concerned minister. That is called 0 hour.
So,
no, listen to me.
Okay, go ahead.
No, if there is no provision, you ask the Speaker or the Deputy Speaker, why was I allowed to raise the point? The moment, because they were not knowing which issue I am going to raise. The moment they saw that this Chief Minister of the Treasury bench will be in an acute problem, they switched off my mic.
So, Mr. Burman, you're making a grave allegation. You're saying that because the Speaker was aware of the content of your question is when you were not allowed to raise your question, your mic was switched off. Is that what you're saying, sir?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He shields the Chief Minister. He acts at the signal of the Chief Minister. He acts at the dictate of the Chief Minister.
So there's a collusion between the Speaker and the Chief Minister. Sir, these are grave allegations that you're making right now.
That is the situation. That is the reality that exists in our state.
All right, but again, sir, coming back to the point, if this is the case, why no protest from the TMC outside the Tripura Assembly? Why such a display of behavior inside the Tripura Assembly?
Yes, every day we are taking to the streets. You ask if you do have any local correspondent over here.
We do, sir. In fact, my colleague Manogya is with me at this point of time. She's been following developments very closely. Manogya, go ahead. You want to ask a question to Mr. Burman?
Sudip Babu, Manogya here, I want to ask you that what you're doing in Tripura Assembly, if the left does the same in West Bengal Assembly, will that be acceptable? Because you have been an anti-party when it comes to left in Tripura and when it comes to West Bengal. So would you suggest that the opposition party does the same thing, because they have been claiming that Trinamool Congress throttles their voice in West Bengal? So what is your take on that?
No, I don't want to go to West Bengal. I am concerned regarding my state. Do I belong to...
But even for Tripura, sir, you say your voices are being throttled by left. My question is that why do you have to resort to such publicity stunts? Do you feel you have been blaming the national media, but why not something that is more constructive rather than being destructive? Is it what the politics is all about nowadays?
I am not in a position what the Trinamool MPs do in your Lok Sabha or in Rajya Sabha. I am not in a position to say what the Trinamool does in the legislature of West Bengal.
Okay.
I am in a position to say what is going on.
All right. Mr. Burman, here's a final question to you. Because first, sir, isn't it time now to apologize first to electorates because of the behavior that you've displayed? Second, you said that you're not concerned about how the TMC behaves in the parliament or even in the state assembly. Sir, it's your party. Is this the precedent that you're setting? Is this the example that everybody should follow? Pick up the mace, pick up the mic, pick up the papers, just run away, let the marshals run away after you, disrupt the proceedings, and the issue at hand just gets diluted because of your shameful conduct, sir. Do we see an apology from you before we let you go?
The most unfortunate part of today's development is now the attention to national media is my behavior. They're running away with the mace, but not the issue that my daughters and sisters, my mothers and sisters are being raped each and every day. That is not the issue.
So please do not use this platform to make to confuse two issues. You've already made allegations against the speaker. You've said that the chief minister is in collusion. They knew about the content of your discussion, but sir, it doesn't justify you behaving in a childish manner, to say the least. You're an elected representative, a senior leader of the TMC party, sir. I'll have to cut the line, but one last chance I want to give it to you. Do you apologize today for your shameful conduct?
I have done so yesterday, and I'm not going to do so to you.
Mr. Burman, I'll have to leave it at that, and I would have to say it's a sorry state of affairs if our MLAs do not realize how they are behaving in the assembly.